What's up everyone, and welcome back to another What If video. It's been a while since I covered this What If, so sorry that I haven't been keeping up with this one as much, but seeing as this is one of my most viewed What Ifs, with part 1 being one of the most popular videos on this channel, I think I should keep up with the demand for new parts. Last time, we ended off with a deadly turn of events. While facing Buu, the Majin ended up absorbing Goku, becoming Buku. With his immense increase in power, he began to destroy Gohan, even with his new ultimate form. Gohan retreated with everyone else back to the planet of Kais, trying to see if they could figure out a new way to face Buu. They ended up deciding on Potara Fusion, with Vegeta and Gohan being the two fusees, creating the warrior known as Vejahan. Now, he returns to Earth to face Buu. Buu is just about to instant transmission to wherever Gohan just went, under the assumption that he's already won and there's nothing the Z-Fighters can do to defeat him now. But because of that, he remained on Earth, allowing the Z-Fighters to attempt whatever last resort they had. Maybe it would be fun for Buu to watch. Nothing they do would be enough to kill him, or at least that's what Buu thought. Right when time's almost up and just as he places his fingers on his forehead to instant transmission, he suddenly senses a power far greater than he could have ever imagined. In front of Buu, a new warrior appears, dressed in blue. Is that Gohan? Wait, it looks like Vegeta. No, it's both. Before Buu can even process what just happened, a punch is delivered square to his jaw, dealing a lot of damage. Huh, even without transforming, our power is far above yours. Buu gets up, shocked at the power he's just witnessed. No big deal though, it was just a lucky shot, right? Buu begins to go all out, at first not dealing any hits to Vejahan, but then he actually starts landing some. However, they don't do much damage at all. If Buu is gonna go all out, then Vejahan might as well give him a show.
I can only imagine how strong I'd be with the Kaioken, but let's actually go a step further.
Vejahan powers up, his hair turning golden and its energy rising to unprecedented heights.
I guess you could just call this Super Vejahan.
Now in Super Saiyan, the fusion is even farther beyond Buu. Getting annoyed and knowing he's gonna lose, Buu launches a candy beam at Vejahan, who is now turned into candy. It doesn't really do much though. Candy Vejahan is still able to do some damage to Buu, and ultimately gets reverted back to his normal state. Vejahan is now being very cocky, not wanting to kill Buu just so he can mess with him a bit, but also partially because if he kills Buu, Goku, Piccolo, and Krillin will die as well. The Vegeta part of him wants to kill Buu right now, as it could just bring back everyone with the Namekian Dragon Balls. The Gohan part of him wants to save everyone inside. Instead, they decide to willingly get absorbed by Buu first, after the fight hasn't been going for too long. While inside Buu, they're able to free Goku, Piccolo, and Krillin. Then they find Fat Buu, but they don't worry about freeing him, so they leave him and they just escape as Buu starts to revert to another form. Seeing Buu transform again, Vejahan is just tired of all the new forms. Buu is wide open for a kill shot. Cupping his hands in front of him, Vejahan prepares the blast. He then lifts his hands over his head, charging it further. He throws his hands down in Buu's direction, unleashing the blast, a final Masenko. Buu stands no chance, and he's absolutely disintegrated by the blast. And just after launching this blast, Vejahan defuses. Before Buu even had the chance to revert to Super Buu, he's destroyed by the final Masenko. Watching from the planet of the Kais, everyone celebrates. Gohan is glad that they won, and Vegeta is too, but Vegeta's mostly glad that they just defused. He didn't really want to be stuck with Gohan forever. Shin brings everyone back to Earth as they all group together, and since Kibito isn't around, Dende heals everyone. Goku, Piccolo, and Krillin are now conscious again and are told about what happened, and now the goal is to reverse all of Buu's destruction. A celebration happens and everything's back to normal after messing with the Dragon Balls, and that's the end of this arc. Life goes back to normal for the next few years. Vegeta and Goku continue to intensely train, while everyone else takes a bit of a break. Tien and Yamcha continue training further after that experience they had in the Room of Spirit and Time, since they didn't want those 2 years of experience to go to waste, and all the strength they got from it. As for Gohan, he's a family man now, and he does occasionally train, but it's nothing extreme. Between work and family, he can't fit it in that much, but he does train a bit, still having a little motivation for it. After a few years pass, they suddenly encounter their next villain, Beerus. After dreaming about some Super Saiyan god, Beerus proceeds to search for this new rival. His search brings him to Earth, where he and Whis arrive at Bulma's birthday party. Beerus has a pretty good time here, enjoying the food and festivities, as does Whis. However, he still wants to find his rival. In terms of power, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan are all fairly even. Even though Gohan got his ultimate form, Goku and Vegeta's training allowed them to catch up, so everyone is pretty much on par. If anything, the strongest one right now is Vegeta, who's a little bit ahead of Goku and Gohan, but only barely. His brief fight alongside the Z Fighters against Buu before fusing with Gohan, as well as the experience he got as Vegahan, puts Vegeta a little bit ahead, only by a small amount though. The humans here are way stronger than normal now that they know Kaioken, but they don't really do anything to Beerus. As for Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, they can't do much either, and they're all pretty even in terms of power, so no one outperforms the other. Beerus is a little bored, and thinks that the Super Saiyan God isn't here. He's about to leave, deciding to spare the planet due to its food, but he's still a little bit disappointed. Before leaving though, Shenron is summoned and asked about the ritual, which intrigues Beerus. This pleases the Destroyer, as the mortals are going out of their way to impress him and meet his desires, and maybe they'll be able to find the Super Saiyan God as well. After learning about the ritual, it all goes pretty much like normal. The ritual doesn't work at first, but then Videl joins and it ends up working. However, Goku's not the one to get it this time. Instead, Vegeta is the one to receive it, being the strongest here. As the Super Saiyan God, Vegeta now faces Beerus, and Beerus is happy, knowing that his dream was correct and he actually found his Super Saiyan God, his newest arrival. Beerus notes that, while Vegeta is strong, he still doesn't have the power yet to truly dethrone Beerus. However, with some training, Vegeta might be able to surpass him later on. Pleased with the fight, Beerus invites the Saiyan to come train with him sometime, and potentially get a lot stronger. Vegeta takes up Beerus on this offer, wanting to become stronger. Beerus is content with the fight they just had, and is also happy to see that Vegeta has the motivation to surpass him. This Royal Saiyan could make for a potentially interesting student for him and Whis. Vegeta returns to Earth for a bit after the fight, as the Destroyer says goodbye and thanks everyone for the great food, and thanks Vegeta for the great fight. After a few days of preparing, Whis arrives to pick up Vegeta, with only Bulma knowing about Vegeta leaving like normal. Vegeta doesn't purposely keep this info from Goku either, he just didn't have any reason to tell him, and Beerus did only ask Vegeta to train, not Goku as well. After a few months pass, Goku finds out that Vegeta is training with Beerus, meaning he's even farther ahead of Goku now. Goku isn't even a Super Saiyan God yet. After getting into contact with Whis and Beerus, they actually accept having another student. Beerus thinks it could be interesting to have 2 Super Saiyan Gods instead of 1, and gladly lets Goku join in as well. Goku ends up going to Beerus' planet, and the two of them continue training there, with Vegeta being ahead due to the early start. They continue to train here, while on Earth, the humans and Piccolo keep doing what they're doing and getting some light training, but not that much. As for Gohan, he's still not really training that seriously, nor does he want Super Saiyan God. He's content with Ultimate right now, and wants to strive to power up more, just like in Dragon Ball Super, only as a human and not as a Saiyan. He could use Super Kaioken 2 after all his training with Super Saiyan 2 and Kaioken, but it's pretty draining, and it's actually less powerful compared to Ultimate. He's fine with falling behind Goku and Vegeta in terms of power. He's still strong in his own way and he can defend himself in Earth if need be, so he's living up to his own goals. And that's a good thing too, as Earth is about to face another threat. The Frieza forces on Earth, ready to revive their Emperor. The person who killed Gohan and started the scenario is about to return. The soldiers from the Frieza force that are sent to Earth are successful in gathering the Dragon Balls, and they summon Shenron to revive their lord. Frieza is happy to be back, no longer having to suffer in that personal hell of his, and now he begins to do something he never thought he would do: training. It's so primitive and disgusting, and it's something Frieza never thought that he'd ever have to do. To think I'm stooping to the level of these monkeys. Disgusting. However disgusted he may be, it's a necessary thing though. Frieza continues training for a few months, and eventually unlocks something new: his golden form. A brand new transformation for him that powers him up greatly, choosing for it to be gold so everyone knows that he's on top. This should be sufficient enough. After all this training he did, well, now it paid off. And he doesn't have to train anymore, because he's already powerful enough now, so that's a good thing. He can finally stop with this nonsense and return to Earth to get his revenge. And he does exactly that. He's also a little bit excited, ready to get some revenge on Goku and test out this new golden form in action. And when he arrives on Earth, the Z-Fighters are there waiting for him, or at least what's left of the Z-Fighters on Earth. And they take out the Frieza force a lot easier than normal. Not only are all the humans here stronger, as well as Piccolo, but they also have an extra fighter, Yamcha, and Gohan is there too, and he's a lot stronger than before. He doesn't even need to transform. Just his base power here is enough to take out the Frieza force fodder. Wow, that's a nice tongue twister. And with all the training the humans have done for the ones who have Kaioken, it's a lot easier now to take on these foes. No matter though, Frieza will handle the rest by himself. Frieza ends up confronting Gohan, remembering that he was the kid that he killed on Namek. He makes light of this and jokes about it, all while he's still in his first form, and thinks that it's funny to see this kid trying to face him again. But Frieza doesn't realize that Gohan's not even at his full power right now. And Gohan's not even the most powerful one here. Vegeta and Goku are still not here yet, and if they get here, Frieza will be nothing to them. Knowing how Frieza is and not wanting to let him transform and become more powerful, Gohan decides that it might be a good idea to end this right now while he has the opportunity, and he doesn't want to waste it and be stupid. Gohan quickly powers up to Ultimate, confident that he can take on First Form Frieza, and right away, he charges up a powerful blast, and eliminates Frieza on the spot. Frieza doesn't even have time to react, not expecting Gohan to attack him right away. But after his last encounter with Frieza, Gohan doesn't want to risk it. So before Frieza even gets to transform into his golden form, or even his final form, he's killed by Gohan while still in his first form. That was pretty anticlimactic. Goku and Vegeta arrive on Earth to see what happened, and then they realize that Gohan took care of it. Not like it would have been a problem for them anyways. Some of you might think this isn't in character for Gohan, but you gotta remember, in this What If, he has a different mentality now when it comes to fighting. That's the whole reason he trained more in the first place in this scenario. Well, at least back in the Dragon Ball Z parts he did. After being killed by Frieza that first time, he didn't want to be weak anymore and wanted to defend himself from situations like this. And knowing how Frieza is after that experience, he's not going to let him get away with it a second time. So yeah, Frieza dies before he can even do anything. Next time, we'll be covering the Tournament of Destroyers, but that's going to be saved for another part. So what did you guys think of this video? What do you think will happen in the next part during the Tournament of Destroyers? Make sure to comment all your thoughts on this video and suggestions for the next part in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys think will happen next, and listen to any suggestions you have. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe? And hit the bell icon to get notified of any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I make in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.